What's going on, everyone? And in today's video, we're going to take on the last part of that of the data types, which we're just basically going to start off with that of the, if we take a look in here, see we haven't actually done date and we haven't actually done that of the regular expression set and map. So let's start with that of the date right here. So this one has to do with date and time. And for this regular expression right here, this one deals with matching patterns and strings. All right, and this one is just basically that of the set. It kind of stores only unique values of any data type, and for the map, what it does is that it stores the data as key value pairs and then remembers the original insertion order of the keys. So let's start off with that of the date right here. If you want to work with that, and I think that's just basically a date object. So what I want to do is I want to extend this down here. So I'm getting down here, maybe on this line, I'm going to just basically paste that right in there. Then we are just basically working on that of the date right here. So if we do number 4, and I can just zoom up like that, and we can work on it from here. So we're not going to need this. I want to create a variable on this particular line right here. So I'm just going to say let, and I'm going to just set that to now, and we'll set that to this new object right here. And we're going to just do date like that. And we can terminate it if we want to, and then after which we want to look for a way to find out which type of data type this is. First of all, I think what I want to do is, let me just take this away right here. In fact, let me just comment this line out completely just to take a look at what it looks like in the browser first of all. So if I check the browser, we can use this variable right here called now on this line, and that's because I've already commented this line out. So if we check our browser right here and then we'll refresh, see that we get the today's date. This is basically Wednesday and December 24, 2025. And this is basically, if you take a look at my time right here, see that it's a kind of a matches. And this is West Central African time. All right. So that's just what that is. It proves that it works with that of the date. Now, what I want to do is to look for a way that I can find out what data type this is. All right. And if we want to do that, we can just maybe do that on this line. So I'm going to just do results. And we're not going to be working with type of, in this case, we're just basically working with that of the date object. All right. It's really hard to use type of to find out what data type that is. So if you want to do that, yeah, this behaves in such a way that it's almost like that of an object. So we can use object prototype to just get that. So I'm going to just do object, and I'm going to just do dots. This is going to be prototype, and I'm going to just basically, I'm going to do a dot call right here. And what I basically want to call is going to be this particular variable right here that we call it now. So let's put that in here, and we can terminate that or leave that if we want to. Now what I want to do is to print out the date, right? So I want to copy this variable because on this line, this is just basically where I've done the conversion. I think we're basically wrong right here. So this is going to be, we need to convert this to a string first of all. So we're going to do dot to string, and it's going to be dot call like that. This is how it should basically be, right? So we'll convert that into a string and then be able to pass this through that, and then we can just basically check this result right here. So I took this right here and then placed that in here. So I'm just basically expecting object dates or something like that. So let's check the browser and if we refresh, and I see we'll get object date. All right. So that's just basically how you can work with that of the date objects or data non-primitive data type. So we've gotten that. Now the next one we want to take a look at is going to be that of the regular expression. So what I want to do is to extend this comment. I'm going to just cut this and then put that in here, and we can copy this and put it on the next line. So we'll be working with that of the reg right here. This is going to be ESP like that, which stands for regular expression. So let me paste the code I have on the clipboard, and we can modify the content that we got right here just for it to be able to serve for what you want to do. And what I want to do is we are going to create a variable right here, right? And let's maybe we can just basically call that regular expression. So about that, and we can make use of that. So I'm going to just set that to the following regular expression. Maybe I'm going to just do a forward slash, and I'm going to just do and I'm going to do basically do a greater than, I mean an exponential sign right here. And the next value that I basically want to set is going to be a backslash, and we can go ahead and just do a D, then plus, and we can just go ahead and then put our $sign right here, then close that with /. So this is just basically a regular expression. Now we're going to experiment and then find out if this is going to basically work or not. All right, and we need to so now to check for the type of a data type that this is, all we need is just copy this, and I want to put that right here. And the reason for that is because we can still use this same method right here to be able to check for the regular expression. All right, so what I want to do now is really very simple. I think I already got this in a variable, so if I just check my browser, I should be able to still get the type of data type that this is basically. So if we want to do that, I think we can just, let's go to the browser first and then we'll refresh, and you see that we get object right here, reg expression. So that's just basically how you can do that. So we can also use something like instance of, if we want to make use of something like instance of right here, we can maybe replace this with something like an instance of, and I want you to just basically try that. So it's going to just basically still give you the same result. All right, so that is it on that of a regular expression. So the next one we want to move on is going to be what? So first of all, let me just copy this and then put that just right down here. That's just it for the regular expression. And the next one I want to take a look at, I think that should just be basically something like a map or set right there. So if you check here, we're going to take a look. Okay, we're going to take on set first of all. So to create a set, if we go down right there, we can just put that in a variable right here. All right, so let's just go ahead and then create. I want to just call this something like some sets, something of that nature. You can just basically name your own anything you want to name that. So what I want to do is I want to use a new set object on that. So this is going to be new, and I'm going to just do set right here. So it's going to be set, and within this set right here, let's try to create our set within this place. So I want to put that in square brackets. So it's going to be square brackets like this, and we can go ahead and name some values that we would like to use right here. So maybe the first one we'll just do 1, 3, 4, comma maybe 6, 1, whatever that could actually be. All right, so we can just basically name that way. We can use that. Notice that I'm just basically repeating this and right here, but when you are going to be using this for any kind of work, what it's going to do is just basically go ahead and it's going to just pick only one, because it's going to be sure that it's just basically unique. All right, so we do have sets created right here. Now what do we want to do? We want to look for a way to check for the data type, right? And the way that it's done, we can still use this object right here. So we can just basically pass in this variable that we got right here and I'll pass it in here. So let's save the changes, and we don't even have to do anything extra. You can still use something like an instance of if you want to check for that. I believe it works also, but let's take a look in here, and you see that we'll have objects and then we'll have set right here. So meaning that we're just basically correct. Now let's also do the same thing for, what I'm going to do is let's basically copy this first of all, and if we scroll a little bit up, and I want to do, this is just basically going to be number 6 right here, and we can just simply say set, and let's paste the code that is just meant for set in here. Now the next one I want to take a look at is going to be, I'm going to do number 7 in here, and we can just do map. So what about taking a look at map now? Now if you want to do that, the first thing you need to do is to create map. So I want to change this variable right here and just call it my map, and we can use the map object right here to be able to create our map basically. So all you want to do is, let's say this is new, and we'll change this to map. So we'll just change this to map like that, and let's assume that this is the first map that I've really maybe created. You can even mix this with something like your letters like this or things of that nature if you want to do that. All right, so we can introduce a comma here, and so I'm going to copy this and then put it right here. Just I want to have like 2 sets inside of that particular map. So I'm going to just do a B right here, and maybe I'll do a J, and we can just basically mix it up just like that. That's just basically how to create a map. Now what we want to do is you can take this variable right here and then put it right in here, just basically using it on the same object that we'll call right here, object.prototype.toString.call, and then we can pass in the variable right here. So if we save the changes, I don't think there is anything much we need to do. If we refresh, Okay, we are really not getting the result right here. So we want to take a look at what we got right here in case we made any mistake, or we can even check the console if we want. But let me just take a look in here first of all. All right, so from what I'm just basically seeing in here, we need to have a model array first of all. So I'm just put the square bracket in here and then close this with the square bracket. And again, we need to put this in quotes because they are just basically string in here. So they are not numbers, so you can just leave them unquoted. I want to save the changes, and I believe we must have solved the problem by now. So if we refresh our browser, and you now see that we have map printed right here. So I think this is just going to basically be the last topic on that of the data types in the JavaScript, right? Especially based on that of the non-primitive data type. So maybe we're going to just proceed to a newer topic other than just what we have been doing. And I hope that you guys are kind of followed up to this point. Maybe I'll see you guys in the next one. So if you have any questions, you can just feel free to maybe chat me up or just drop that in the comment section below. See you in the next one, guys. Bye for now.